motherfucking Loud Boys.
Can we do it again?
No, that was dope. Welcome to the motherfucking Loud Boys podcast. This is episode 54. Holy shit, I was not ready for that. But we are here. Thank you guys so much. Shit was lit, man. They're going to enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. As always, if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do subscribe. Let's get right to the motherfucking introductions. Hey. My name is Alwa Gordon. I rep that 88 over everything. That's every single day. Also, I'm dropping a project called 16 Summers. I'm having a release party. I hope to see you there. It is May 15th at the Crepe Place. Y'all know what it is. And that's what it is. Kushan?
Motherfucking crepes. Oh,
I'm also here with my man.
Oh, hey, it's your boy K-Sean. Costco K-Sean. I love shopping. And bulk.
Hey! Shout out to our bulk shopper, Costco K. We're all in the mode today. I'm also here with
Tangent Queen Paradise.
Hey! Hey, Paradise, what's a fun fact that the people don't know about you?
She was born in 83.
No, you weren't.
Fun fact, this sounds so douchey, I can speak 5 languages.
You can speak 5 languages?
There's no...
Can you name them out?
No one that was learning a language was like,
but I'm gonna just
this is douche. I'm not learning this 4th one.
Look here, douche.
Fluent in all. I can conversationally. Did you say can I name them? Yeah. Persian.
If you didn't know the language you spoke.
English, obviously.
Can I name them? Nah. I can speak them.
German and French.
You speak German and French?
Yeah.
And Spanish?
Yeah.
You speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Huh.
See.
Hey, okay. It's a motherfucking Loud Boys podcast. We appreciate y'all so much. Real quick before we get into this podcast, I also produce beats. I've been super slacking on dropping beats, but at the end of every single podcast, I will put up a minute snippet of a hip hop beat. If you'd like it, a minute. At the end of every podcast going forward, it'll be a snippet of a hip hop beat that I made. If you'd like it, I'll also link the free download because that's what it is. Free.
People love free stuff.
You gotta share the love. Let's get this motherfucking podcast started. Kushan, when does this podcast start?
Oh, it starts right about now.
Hey, we're clearly all over the place. Let's start with Paradise. What do you got for us today? Tangent Queen, the tangerine.
Okay, this is a personal question.
Do you like oranges?
I do like oranges.
Do you like
tangents? I love oranges. Tangelos, or what did you call it? Tangents?
No. Tangelos? Marshmallows.
Those just things of tangent.
I have a question. I want to know what you guys think is your best trait and also your worst trait. So name your best and worst trait.
Probably my thighs. It's my best trait.
No,
I thought you were saying that your worst. Because they are bad.
No, my elbows are pretty bad. So probably thighs is the best
ashy
trait.
as fuck.
And my worst trait's probably my elbows.
You talking about physically or in life?
No, like your character trait.
Oh.
Not a physical trait.
You
I
are
should have
shallow.
clarified.
You are
know
a
what?
douche.
I'm going to take that. I should have clarified with these guys. a personality trait.
Probably my ability to succeed
is your best?
my best trait.
Okay, and then your worst trait.
Douche.
No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. That's bullshit. If I was
my ability to be really good at everything.
No, if I was serious, I would say my best trait, or at least something that I learned from my mom.
Cute.
And I learned this a really long time ago.
They all heard it.
But I remember being, I think, 16 years old, and I remember that my mom at the time, she was taking care of me and my sister. My dad was gone by that point. But I remember being in the car with her, and I remember she had lost her job that day. And I remember her, she went home. She dropped me off at home, and she was like, "I'm gonna go take a drive on the beach and cry." And I was like,
"Oh my god!"
Okay, do your thing. So she went. She left, and then she came back, and then the next day, she was out dropping off resumes, filing for unemployment, and within 2 weeks, she had another job.
Nice.
And I saw her go through that. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Dope, man.
But I saw her go through that, I think.
Mama West, dude. Mama West.
But I saw her go through that, I think, 2 times where she was laid off, and it was kind of the same thing of where she would set time aside to be sad. And then when that was over, just boom, right back to it.
Compartmentalize
That's awesome.
her emotions as far as.
So are you saying you picked that up from?
So for me, I picked up just strength,
dope,
the ability to know that no matter what, you got to just turn that shit on. Okay, cool. You can be sad.
Yeah.
Take your time, get that out. But then tomorrow, we're back to it.
Yeah.
We're right back to it. So that's probably my. That's probably my best. Dude, I'm always ready, man. I'm always ready.
Okay.
No, hold on, but shout out to his mom, because I know his mom. I definitely see that, dude. Your mom's dope, man.
Yeah.
Moms are dope. Okay, let's bring it down real quick. What's your worst trait?
So when my mom was taking me, when my mom was driving,
I'll be real. Patience. I don't have.
That's, yeah.
yeah.
Don't just jump in. You are a bitch.
Yeah. I hate you.
But no, for real though. Like I'm not a. Y'all are serious too. I'm not a patient. I know, dude. I know she does. I'm not a patient.
Myself.
I'm not a. Oh, okay. No, I'm not a patient person.
Feels it about him being not patient.
She does. I'm not a patient person, and I like am forced a lot of times to have to be more cordial or be a lot I don't want to say nicer, but just a lot more like amicable than I normally am, because I like to just cut right to like we'll just cut like, all right, what are we let's cut the chase. What are we talking about? How are we trying to get there?
Do you feel like your daughter, like having your daughter, has made you more patient at all?
No, he was never patient. He was never patient.
It's funny because
sorry.
Like,
are you patient with her, but then you're still the same with other people?
That's the thing. It's like a lot of people it's kind of correlates. But I've had people say things like, "Oh, well, like what would you think if your daughter was doing something like that?" And it's like, well, it's different because it's mad different. Yeah, I mean, I have patience for her because it's like you're my daughter, but. I mean, other times if someone's doing the exact same thing as her, and I'm like, dude, I don't have patience for that. So yeah, I mean, that's my worst trait, just not having patience.
Okay, nice.
Sean, what about you, man? Give us an old timey story.
Oh, I don't have no fucking crazy.
You set the bar pretty high, yeah.
Deep story.
I mean,
I just know I am and what I'm not like.
Okay.
But you have like the stories to tell you why you are the way you are.
backstory.
So say your worst
Every superhero
trait
has a backstory.
What's your worst trait?
My worst trait first
that you'd like to work on or something.
My procrastination.
Okay.
I procrastinate fucking everything.
Procrastinator.
And you know it. I hold everything to the last fucking second. Like the latest I can hold it for, I leave it for that. So
Vanessa, are you listening? No, I'm just kidding.
Dude, that's what I was thinking. Oh my
Vanessa,
God.
no. Okay. All right.
I just hold it to the last absolute minute.
Yeah, but
then I let it all go.
No. All right. Stop it, man.
So that's your worst trait. That's your worst trait.
That's my worst trait.
What's your best trait?
My best trait is I'm just fucking dope. Okay, hold on. No, my humor. My ability to walk into a room and control the fucking
room.
No, and control the fucking room with my fucking humor.
I'll give it to you.
That's just what I do, and I've always been like that, and that's something I'm super proud of, and yeah, I think I just make people smile. That's what I do.
That's good.
I'll give it to you, man.
That's a good one.
That's true. It's true, man. It's always something that I've really admired about you too, man.
Yeah.
You never told me that.
You know what's crazy though is that you say that, but then you also say that you're shy.
But I am. Okay.
Maybe he's
and
I'm
not
extrovert.
And I'm not calling you out. I just think like it's crazy how there's that duality.
But do you believe that I'm shy?
I think it's hard to believe, but if you say you're shy, then you're shy.
But do you believe it?
That you're shy? I don't believe it because of the actions that you've done, but if you're telling me you're shy, then yeah.
But I am. There's a lot of situations.
No, I get that. I know what it's like to be shy, for sure.
Alright.
But I just think it's crazy that people have like, that duality of like, on one end of the spectrum, yeah, same thing. You walk into a room and you can crush it, but then you're also shy. It's like,
crush it.
It's weird. And you know what? A lot of times I don't even understand in certain situations why I feel that I'm shy, and I don't know if it's something that is an external thing or is it something
that
that
feeding off the energies of the people around you.
It could be that. I still haven't.
Who knows?
Yeah, it could be that. No, I don't. But a lot of the times that I am shy in moments, I don't know why I am that way. So
interesting.
Something I gotta figure out.
Damn.
Wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Paradise, what about you? Best trait?
I think
probably eyebrows.
I was gonna say. For my worst trait is patience, but I think my best trait and my worst trait are the same.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Oh, the same thing that'll make you laugh, make you cry.
Come on.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
No, honestly, I think my best trait is that I'm super loving to people. Like I love hard.
Shit.
And I think it's also my worst trait because I think I love people who don't necessarily deserve my love. Yeah, I would just say that's the thing. But what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Can you give me, because I think this would become a lot more personal if you gave an example. And you don't have to say like the name or anything, but can you tell me an example where you gave so much love to somebody where it turned out to your detriment?
No, I just mean like, okay, I guess this sounds super deep, but like, no. I mean loving people like who haven't earned your love yet. Like getting invested in people just because you care about them. Like whether it's a friend or a relationship as more than a friend, whatever. I think I just invest my love and trust in people before they've necessarily shown me that they deserve it. Not to say that it ends bad, but I'm just saying right off the bat.
Yeah, so you give it to everybody, benefit not get everybody, but no, my bad.
What?
No,
you saw the YouTube comment. Hey, it's the motherfucking Lab Boys podcast.
Can we clear that up?
No, go ahead.
No, go.
No, I'm just saying, like, do you feel like you give it to people without?
How you be giving it up?
Can you define what it is, please?
You know what it is. The love, baby.
No, like just the emotional, just respect.
He keeps saying give it.
Yo,
like, what?
You were saying give it.
I said love and trust.
That's exactly what I mean.
Okay, so that's the it that he's referring to.
That's the it. I'm sorry.
Okay, what is your question? Do you feel like
you give it? So you feel like you give it?
So I do think it is kind of crazy though, and I think we talked about it. We talked about it on the podcast before about like how for some women, and I want to say like the majority of women, how like their capacity to love is so much like deeper than ours. Like their ability to love through things and want to create that like loving bond.
You know what,
I think.
though? At the same time,
No?
When you said patience, I was laughing because I'm really not patient. So I'm like really loving. But I don't have a problem cutting someone out like that.
Right.
Because like I also realize that I'm like giving a lot, and if someone doesn't appreciate it, then they're out.
But that's not what he meant by patience, though. I feel like
no, I just mean for anything. Like I don't really have patience, which is I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm working on it. I'm trying to be more patient, but like I don't have patience for fuckery, basically.
Right.
In any form, like whether it's someone just being dumb or like a friend. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's a really good strength to have like have that deep love, but I've also seen it become a weakness.
Yeah.
Because people use it against you, or people that aren't necessarily worthy of your love.
It's like taking kindness for weakness type of thing. That's how I feel. I feel like sometimes it's definitely like, oh, like she's so loving or she's so nice, like she must be dumb. It's like, what?
Is there a way then to protect yourself? Because I know that vibe where like you kind of like, or at least from a guy's perspective, where like this girl likes me, like I totally know, like and then is there a way to protect yourself at all from stuff like that, or you just kind of feel it out?
What, from getting hurt or something? No. I don't know. I think like for me at least it goes in cycles. Like sometimes it depends on what happens like in your life, right? Like events. Because if you just got out of like a really bad relationship where you gave everything and like they, I don't know, like cheated on you or whatever, screwed you over, you're gonna have a guard up with the next person you meet. Or at least even that's how I am. Like I would have a guard up initially.
Right.
And so it depends. But if I didn't go through something shitty right then and I'm like floating around like being chill, then I might not necessarily have much of a guard up.
So is that like, has that changed then? So like you've always been like a loving person, but okay. So
it goes in cycles. Like I'm always loving and I'm always like willing to love someone or trust them as a friend or more. But it's just like it depends. It depends on what's like just happened,
It always depends.
Right?
Sean, what are your thoughts on this before we take off, team?
Before we take off, we have to go South by Southwest.
No, hold on.
Hey.
Do you feel like a lot of the way that you are is because of the traumatic shit or the shit that happened a long time ago? Do you feel like there's no residual effects from things that happened to you a long time ago?
Honestly, I feel like it's kind of like what Olive said, like you take your time to be sad and then you pick up and go. Like I don't think it's fair to necessarily bring baggage, if you may, to like next relationships. But again, like I'm not one of those people that like jumps from relationship to relationship. I don't know how people like that do it, like how they would or would not take the baggage.
I definitely don't either.
That's
Yeah, I don't know, because I would imagine they would take the baggage with them if they're like literally just got off the plane. But I guess
so bad.
No, but like
so bad.
Krishan didn't even get it yet.
No,
he did. He didn't get why he said it, but he got it.
But when I processed it, I was like, that was fucked.
No, but honestly, like I think it's all good things. Like I think anything bad that happens, for the most part, like it really depends, because I think there's certain things that could happen to someone in a relationship that could really screw with them and like change their whole life.
Yeah.
But to like a normal extent of things that you learn in a relationship as you do like growing up, you take lessons from that and you become better.
I feel it.
I would hope.
But we're talking about you.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a motherfucking.
No, you definitely are right though.
It's a motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. We hope you guys are better when you get out of a relationship or whether you're going into a relationship.
This is like the third time he's tried to like move on to the
Comment down below if we should have moved on earlier. No, I'm kidding. Krishan, why don't you serve these Lab Boys with some podcast questions?
Y'all ready? No,
hey, after this we're doing a wild card, by the way,
I'm gonna
guys.
start like, you have a wild card?
After this we're doing it.
For all those that don't remember Alwa's wild cards, Alwa has these wild cards where he just asks a fucking random question that makes people feel uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable. So for anyone that hasn't seen season 2 and season 1, we tried not to do too many of these because Krishan and Eman were complaining, but we had to bring it back. The wild card is a question that I ask, and I basically try to make everyone uncomfortable as possible with it. So but before we do that,
the good thing about the wild card is we live in America and we have free will.
No, we all got to answer.
I don't have to answer the questions, but. You got a wild card?
Should we jump to the wild card now?
No, I'm ready for the wild card.
All right, let's do the wild card now. Let's
go.
Fuck Krishan's topic. All right, guys.
Baby.
So for $2 million,
$2 million,
would you let someone shit on your chest?
Hey,
dude, it's a wild card, man.
For $2 million?
I know it's hard, right? You got to think about it.
It wouldn't get. No, I don't have to think about it. That's easy. $2 million, you can get a bomb ass bath after that.
So yes, you would let someone shit on your chest for $2 million.
Is it gonna touch anywhere else? Like, will it possibly go in?
I'm not orchestrating it.
It doesn't
I don't have
matter
the
if
money.
it touched the spot. $2 million, they gonna shit on my chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why'd you walk away from that then?
Spot.
Hey, you gotta sit down. They gotta touch your dick.
Honestly, I think you'd have to be stupid to be like, no, I wouldn't. Yeah, I would. Anyone
Holy
would.
shit.
For $2 million, you could take a bomb ass bath.
Right.
And clean
How many
yourself
times do you take a
up.
bomb ass bath?
Clean
Not
yourself
taking a
up.
bomb ass shower, but the bomb ass bath, that's unheard of in this
With
century.
Lush products. Girl,
That is
that's what I'm
wild.
talking about.
I thought you guys would say no.
Why?
Why would we say no?
We're not stupid.
I'm getting shit on.
I'm already getting shit on for free. The fuck? You gonna pay me? No, I definitely would.
Yeah.
For $2 million?
You gonna pinch these
$2
million?
No, I figured I'd be the only one saying yes.
Southwest.
Yeah, they don't shit on your chest there. Not for $2 million. Not for the.
You gotta pay bigger admission fee for that, dude.
Not for the 2-piece. Hey, that's a motherfucking wild card.
That wild.
Comment down below if we should continue the wild cards.
Is that a wild card? Nah, it's shit on mine.
Shit on mine, baby. I was like a bomb bath. A little bath bomb. Sean, why don't you bring us some type of clarity?
Oh, shit. All right, I got a fun question.
Okay.
It's a little fun.
Let's have a little fun.
It's just a fun question, all right? Let's have fun. Y'all ready to have fun?
It is levels.
And I didn't even really think about my answer on this, so I don't even know the answer. All right.
This is a shit show.
Y'all ready?
Pun intended.
Now this is fun.
Oh, nice. Nice. A shit show.
Yeah, since you would have took the $2 million, man. I took the $2 million.
Oh my god.
All right, yo, if someone you loved,
This doesn't sound fun. Okay.
yeah, no, it's fun. It's fun. If someone you loved was killed in front of you, if someone you loved was killed in front of you, but then somebody created a copy of them that was perfect, right down to the core of who that person was.
Yeah.
Would they be the same person, and would you love them just as much?
Probably
No.
not.
Because would you have shared these
They have the
experiences
same-
with you though?
No.
I would say
no.
probably not.
They're the same person.
You didn't think of that, did you?
No, I did. That's the one thing I thought about.
Okay, so
Yeah, so you didn't have those experiences with
You
them.
didn't
How
have
could you be bonded?
You did not have the same experiences. There's no memory of that kind of stuff.
I don't think people necessarily love each other because of things like personality traits, looks, or whatever. It's a feeling, right? And it's experiences you've been through building that bond or whatnot. So I think if you have what? So I think
Sometimes you laugh when you're happy, dude.
So I think if you haven't had those experiences, it doesn't matter. Like maybe you could build those experiences. But imagine it's like I don't know.
Wait, hold on.
your
Wait,
dad.
hold on. Are you saying that like okay, let's scenario. I'm walking down the street with a really good friend of mine.
Me.
You're not a good friend. I'm walking down the street with a better friend than Krishan. I'm walking down the street with with a friend, right, that I care about.
Yeah.
Not you.
I watch them, get hit by a car or something, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, right next to them, there's a copy of them.
Okay, are you asking about the logistics about this?
No, I'm just saying that's the scenario that you're saying.
The scenario, not right after. They're like, oh, I know.
Hey, I know
but
that
I'm here, bro.
I know that guy looks just like me.
No, look.
But this is the Lab Boys.
This isn't fun.
No, it is fun. It's definitely fun.
Is there a follow up that makes it fun?
Hold on, no, because I wanted to jump into a different topic after this. Y'all just butchering me.
It's a segue.
But look, so you would not, if you saw the same person, would you try to be friends with that person?
If I saw someone that looked like my dead friend,
I
I would have questions. Yeah, I probably wouldn't like. Hey dog, what you doing on Friday?
Okay, so now I want to talk. Okay, fine. Y'all don't want to fucking answer the question, fine. But do you guys ever have friends? This is the fucked up shit. This is the fucked up shit. Do you guys have friends?
Nope.
Please cut that part out.
Hold on. We're not cutting nothing out.
We never got any.
Never cut shit out though. Do you have friends that like you kind of like
we
don't like?
fake it, we retake it.
No, that you don't like. That you're like, dude. If I met this person now in my life, I wouldn't like them.
I see what you're saying. I see what
Do you
you're
understand what I'm saying?
No, can you repeat that?
Yeah,
Because you're too busy making jokes. Get out of here.
Because you were friends with them before.
You were friends with them before, and you know when you're young and you become
Wait,
friends
so
with
after they die, you have a new perspective.
God
You're
damn,
like,
Paradise.
thank God.
Paradise. Let me get
Because
it
I wouldn't be
out. Let me
friends
get
with
it
them.
out. Paradise, you have some friends like that before. When you're young, you don't really notice certain things, right?
Yeah.
Because they're not important to you.
Right.
You're just, if I can have a good time with this person, we're good.
Yeah.
But now that we're older, do you ever have friends that you're like, dude, I don't think I'd be friends with you if I met you now. Like with their personality traits and the way that they are.
Because we definitely make excuses for our friends.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, you're talking about is history basically, like, do you value time in a friendship?
I don't know if that was a question, but take it there. Sure.
But like,
Sure.
Kind of.
Let's get on the tangent with you.
Friends
Okay.
that you've been friends with for like 12, friends like you guys that I've been friends with for like years, like almost 10 years. Like, would I be friends with you guys now if I met you? Hell
Well,
no.
we're good people,
No, I'm just
though.
kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
we're
totally
dope,
kidding.
We're dope people.
No, but like that, you're saying like using time as an excuse to stay friends with someone because like if you met them now, you wouldn't be friends with them. So why are you friends with them?
Exactly.
Because of history, because of time.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
100%. Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Okay. So, but do you have, okay.
Totally.
So now,
Totally.
talk to me about some of those friends. Why do you think you stay friends with people that you know,
Yeah.
like, you know that they aren't conducive to your life, they're not positive for your life?
Oh, okay. Now we're getting all dark. No, it's not like that. It's like just little things that like I said, I'm not really patient, so I normally wouldn't put up with. Like just whatever it is, whether it's like someone.
Is it the Paradise Award show? Is this the Paradise Award show? Get her a Grammy. Get her a fucking Grammy.
Get her some graham crackers.
What was the question?
It's alright. It's alright. It's
No, I'm
alright.
kidding. No, I'm kidding. Yes, I have friends like that, but it's not to the point where I'm like, it's not to the point. Stop!
Now she's got to run through it. Now she's got to speed.
It's not to the point
It's a
where
speed round.
I'd cut them out. Like if it got to a point where I'd be like, oh, they're not conducive to my life, I'd cut them out. But it's not to that point yet. It's like just little annoying things that I wouldn't tolerate in a new friendship that I would tolerate in a friend who I've been friends with forever. That's it. Thank you.
Okay.
I'd like to thank you.
Hey, no, Sati.
The question fucked her up.
So,
The question fucked her up.
Sean, you have anything you want to say on this topic before we head to the next one?
No,
Answer. Do you have
Go to
friends?
that-
Do you
yeah,
have
yeah.
friends? Would you be friends with Krishan if you didn't?
I mean, Krishan's a good person, so that's like a different story. But there's people that I was friends with when I was younger, and now I'm not. Like, I'll see them and say hi. But I know now that our values don't lie in the same.
What are you looking
in the
at
same
me for?
area. No, I'm friends with Krishan.
We're not talking about me.
No,
We're talking about me.
I just mean like people that maybe you went to high school and middle school with, where as you grow up, your values start to
Exactly. That's what I was talking about.
But because we were friends, I still have that kind of
Connection.
bond with them. But I can still differentiate. Like if it comes down to it, we're on different sides.
Yeah.
Sean, what about you, man?
Dude, there's a lot, and you realize this shit.
Dude, there's a
Just
lot.
interrupted
And
himself.
how you just
No, because you know what? You know what? You realize this shit, and dude, over this week,
it's a silly cast.
It's just something that I've been
silly cast.
No, I've just been thinking about shit. I've just been thinking about a lot of stuff, and that's why I asked the question because I wanted to put you on a spot where you, and then you realize, you know what I'm talking about with the car accident and shit. So exactly. Anyway,
and the ramble train is coming on home. This is kind of a silly podcast that we're doing, so I'm gonna stay in line with this. Do you guys think it's weird? Do you guys think it's weird? I think it's kind of weird. Maybe I'm crazy on this, but
what is the question?
Do you guys think it's weird when you see a couple like at dinner or whatever at a restaurant and they're not sitting across from each other? They're sitting like on the same side.
Each other?
Do you guys think that's weird?
No.
No? I think it's fucking weird.
Maybe it's like efficient to share food.
But maybe
they want to be with the person, be next to them.
I feel like long-term relationships, you sit next to each other.
This is the rules of the game, dude.
What's the rules?
Wow.
Hold on. When you are just on a date with your significant other, you sit across from each other. When you're on a double date, you sit next to each other.
He's talking
No, I mean just single.
Okay. It's weird.
What do you mean, okay? That changes the whole scenario. That's okay.
No, but it's weird.
Okay.
It's weird.
Hey, it changed. Okay. You fucking bitch.
It's weird. No, you don't sit next to each other. Unless you're trying to be like extra romantic. But it's not weird.
How are you going to give me the rules of the game? You don't even know it, dude.
No, because it is. Hold on. I know the game. It's been 10 years. I know the game. Look.
Okay.
Would you ever sit? Do you sit in a booth with your significant other on the same side?
I think that's weird. That's
It's weird. It should be ruled illegal in America.
That's what I'm saying.
It's weird.
But my thought was people in long-term relationships will sit next to each other, but people that are just dating, they'll sit across from each other.
Where did you hear this?
I didn't hear it. I just that's my theory. Okay.
I know. I never heard it, never saw it, never anything, but I just thought about it.
I mean, I just imagine you get so comfortable in a relationship that you're, sitting next to that person.
I would think that's more of like a honeymoon phase type thing. Like, oh, I want to be near you. I can't keep my hands off you, so I want to sit on the same side.
You could still touch each other under the table, and it's under. Hey, you can do it.
Okay, let's not.
I'm not talking about touch each other's sex. I'm just talking about
you can hold their leg,
touch her hands, go on top. You can put your hands. You can do a whole bunch of shit.
No, but what if? Okay, let's say we're sharing food, and it's just easier to sit next to each other.
That's stupid.
Oh, okay. You're gonna get fucking logical about like sharing food with people.
Or
do you think people like, oh, I can't reach your chicken wings. Let me sit next to you. That's how it goes.
Fun fact, I sit fucking weird I sit fucking weird like at restaurants or eating. Like I either cross my legs if it's a booth. I love to cross my legs when I like sit down at a booth, or like put them on the other side.
This is a weird fact. It's not a fun fact.
It's so fun. And then I like to put them on the other side.
It is so, right?
So what if both people like to just like chill and put their feet
then
up
they're
on
both
the other
weirdos. They should be locked up.
And they're together then.
Okay, I guess we won't know until we walk up into Chili's, which is like the only restaurant that we got here, and just start interviewing people.
Me, Sean, and Omar
Indian style.
We're gonna go to different restaurants next weekend, and we're gonna scout this.
Wait, the three of us?
Yes.
So two of us are going to be on one side, and one of us is going to be on the other side?
No. I said we'll go to a restaurant and scout out and see if any couples are doing that and ask them why they're doing
we should.
That. I think that'd be hilarious.
We actually should hit the streets.
Yeah. They hit the streets. What streets?
It's Lab Boys and Streets. Comment down below what you guys think, whether it is normal or not. I still think it's really weird to see a couple like that together, but I guess it's a regular thing.
No, it is weird. I don't know.
Paradise, we're going to jump to you for one last topic before we get out of here.
Yeah, do it.
What's it going to be?
Fucking do it.
Okay, let's do it.
Do it then.
Fucking do it, man.
It's the motherfucking Lab Boys, by the way. This is season 3. It's been a silly cast, and we thank you guys so much. We're not done yet.
We're not done. Yeah, why are you closing out?
I'm not. I'm closing in.
So.
That's funny. That's fucking funny to you guys. All right.
So, what is an automatic turnoff for you guys?
When people smack my mic.
When people try to close this podcast early, that's what I'm turn off.
What is it?
So I am turned off to you all.
No, I'll be real here because we got to bring some sense back to this podcast. Dude. Let's at least close out on like a good one.
Go ahead.
What's a turn off for me?
What's an automatic turn? Like if a girl, no matter how hot this girl is.
Okay.
She's hot.
Chick tries to do too much.
Listen,
Oh,
calm down.
I would. My fault. Go ahead.
I have a big thing about like my freedom and like wanting to like be able to do whatever I want.
So you don't want her to hang out.
So no.
You don't want to be around her.
What's the biggest turn off?
I don't want to be around.
She tries to kick it, man. I don't like that shit. Hey, so biggest turn off. This
They were just here. They know what the
This has been a
question
silly podcast. But the biggest turn off for me, I'm a big fan of like freedom. So if someone is clingy, or if someone.
If someone likes me.
No. If someone's clingy,
clingy.
or if someone's really needy, right? Like you can
Why
tell
are you
up
looking
front.
at me when you say that?
Because you're right next to me, dude. Because Sean, when someone's needy, I just don't like it.
No, look. No,
Dude, this fucking
let
podcast.
me back him up. Hold on.
Back me up.
Hold on, let me back him up.
Back me up, dude.
Dude, because honestly, I think when girls are clingy in the beginning, it's not because they like you so much. It's because of insecurity.
They have a need.
It's not because they're like super into you. They want the affirmation that you are just as much into them that they're into
That's
you.
so
and it's not just.
I get it.
But I'm not just saying just girls. I'm saying guys can be like that too. But I'm saying
it's just so dumb because that pushes them away. So it's like, what?
So exactly. I don't think it's just like, oh, I love you so much. I just want, I think it's just there's other reasons as to why they are the reason that they are that way. So being clingy and being just being too attached, I think that's a turn off.
Yeah. What do you think is a turn off then? Your biggest turn off?
I just feel as if like in the beginning when they give you too much, like. Dude, it's supposed to be a gradual process. I think there's supposed to be a process to get to know somebody. And when they give you everything right at jump, dude, I think it's way
right off the jump shot. Give you everything off the jump shot.
No, and I just dude, we not meant to take that much information in. This is funny.
Paradise, what about you? Biggest turn off?
What don't you like?
I would say a guy.
What was your question?
You would say
didn't even think about it.
Guys just turned me off, you know?
Just guys. No.
Just guys.
I don't like it when a guy is too
sexual.
Too cocky. Mm-hmm. Why are you laughing? So sexual.
Too cocky. That's a turn
off. I don't like it when they're too cocky because I feel like that's actually insecurity, and it's gonna show itself in different forms. Or like a really jealous guy. Like I don't like it if a guy can't be nice to other guys. You know what I mean?
I don't think dudes have that problem.
Important. No, it's important to me that like the guy that I'm with is nice to other people in general. I think that says a lot about someone.
Okay.
So let me just change that. If a guy is a douche, that's a turn off.
Okay.
There we go. Because I used to be okay, and this is like me being vulnerable, but like I
changed your face a lot when you said that.
Yeah. I used to be okay with like being with a guy who is nice to me, but like other people would be like, why are you like dating this guy? He's douchey. I'm like, well, he's nice to me. I don't do that anymore. Not gonna cut it. This dude's gotta be nice to other people too.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Can you give me no?
I know exactly. I know what you mean. I know what you
someone
mean.
who's like that. Why are you friends with them? Like what?
Can you? I want to hear some stories. That's what I asked. No, can I get no? I want to get.
No, but okay. So let me. I'll take you out the hot seat real quick. But you don't think that there are like people that maybe people think that they're mean, but you're like the one person that knows that person,
and they're misunderstood.
Because I've seen that like
okay, but we're not talking about like tortured souls. We're talking about people.
I didn't know there was a whole category for people like that. Fuck. I wish I knew. All right, let me flip this in.
I don't know.
Let me flip this up one time.
Flip
flops, baby.
Flapjacks.
I don't like
flapjacks.
Do you guys like?
What
flapjacks?
about?
I love pancakes.
What? Are you talking about flip flops? You talking flip flops and flapjacks?
But what's the biggest turn on then? If we talk about turn offs, what's the biggest turn on that instantly you
when
would
a chick is clingy?
I really like someone who's passionate about something, no matter what it is. If it's like obviously a positive thing, but like passionate about something in their life and they really are like going after it. I find that really attractive. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's probably the biggest turn on.
Someone's passionate about something?
Someone is passionate about something in the form of like being ambitious about it, like going after it, not just like I love music and then doing nothing with it. It's like, well, go get after it then.
Very true.
Ambition.
Sean?
This is alright. This is gonna sound weird.
Passion and ambition.
Are you gonna say what I think you're gonna say?
No, I love when a girl is just like empathetic and has a big heart. Like like motherly. Okay, don't.
Right?
So you love your mother.
So So what you're saying is your mom turns you on.
No, but
complex. Oedipus?
I know what you're saying.
no, I just love when
Like a loving woman.
yeah, like just a nurturing, loving woman, and
Why are you get slurred? Nurturing.
no, because that's what I just love when a girl has a big heart. That's
You just he goes, I love
Because
when
I-
a girl has a big heart.
Yeah.
I didn't do this.
A big heart.
No, you did this. I did this. When that, because sometimes girls
big
have
heart.
big hearts. You don't get it. You don't get it. You don't get it.
I know what you're saying, though.
She goes,
I know what you're
"You
saying.
don't get it."
I know what you're saying. I do think,
don't
like, probably the biggest turn on for me that I'll notice right away is if someone is genuinely interested in you. And I think a lot of times, like with dating or
What?
What are you talking
check it
about?
out. I'll tell you what. A lot of times with like dating, people are dating just to date, right?
Say
Yeah.
date one more time.
It's a date. People are dating just to date. They're getting to know themselves, and they may not necessarily be as interested in you, but they're interested in what you have to offer, right? So that's something that I
don't pretend like you follow. We
That's
don't
a-
get what you're saying.
I'm
really
They're interested. They're not.
I
interested
listen-
in you,
I
they're
understand what
interested in
he's
you have to offer. What do you mean?
right. What I'm saying is when someone is genuinely interested and cares about who you are as a person.
Yeah.
I think like a lot of musicians can probably relate to this, where you'll have an image of who people think you are, and then maybe they're attracted to that image, but they don't actually like
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Okay. I totally see. What
Right.
you're
So
saying, yeah.
for me, a turn on is when someone is genuinely interested in me as a person. Hey.
Okay, that's a good point. That's a good one.
You got to bring it home, baby.
Yeah, like not just the idea of you, but
No,
actually.
don't try to. Now you get it. Now she gets it. All right.
Hold on.
All
So what
right.
turns you off?
I literally went over it. The clean.
No, but he didn't say the turn off. Oh, he
Yeah,
did
you
say the
did.
turn
You
off
said
part.
clingy
My
and
bad,
can you let's. I want to hear a topic from you.
A topic for me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's jump into this one.
There's so many.
Actually, no, I gotta go to. What do you guys think? Oh, you know what?
Fucking phone?
You know
just
what?
wanna continue
So no, this
You
one.
cheat, bro. Crackers?
No. So this actually came up a while ago.
Go ahead.
My phone is not broken.
No, it's cool.
And someone else was talking about it on Facebook. It's not broken. Cool.
No.
Somebody else was talking about it on Facebook, and I thought we might jump into it.
Go ahead.
If you're single, let's all imagine that we're single for a second. If you're single and you go
We're
out,
both single.
you go out and you meet someone, right? You go out and you meet someone.
Go ahead.
And you're interested in them, and they say, "Hey, I'm not looking for a relationship." Will you still continue to date them?
Oh, I think maybe we talked about this a little.
Expand on it.
Okay. Can you say that? So they say they're not.
Did y'all talk about it or not?
No,
Because you don't even know what the fuck you
would
said.
Would you still date them? Okay, yeah, we did talk about it kind of, and I was like, well, no one. I don't know. I feel like
Okay.
even people. No, I'm having trouble like articulating what I want to say, but I think
It's a podcast.
even people who say they're not looking for a
Prepared,
relationship,
dude.
even people who say they're not looking for a relationship, if someone comes and sweeps them off their feet, it's not like they're gonna be like, nope, I wasn't looking for a relationship. Like, I think it really depends. It's situational, and people change their minds, you know? Like, maybe they're not initially looking for one. I think that if you're logical and, like, you really want a relationship, then maybe you shouldn't date that person. But if you're open to, like, just hanging out with the person and seeing where it might go, then, yeah.
I also think 80%, and that's just a fucking random number, but 80% of the people that say I don't want a relationship actually do want a fucking relationship. They just,
Oh, shit.
I feel like a lot of people say that shit because it takes them away from the responsibility of being in a relationship with the person that they might actually like. It takes them away from it.
Or maybe they're scared that they won't find
That
a good
too,
relationship.
and
So they're like, I
that
don't
whole
even
category.
want to be rejected.
I just feel as if deep down, most people do want to be in something that they find meaningful and find purpose in with another person. I feel like that's what most people want. Ultimately, maybe at the time in their life, maybe not, but I feel like it's still attainable with that person. So, what was the question?
Would you still continue to keep them?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so
Because if I want it, I'm gonna get it anyway. So, go ahead.
I want it.
I think that like I think that in all honesty, like stuff like that should just progress naturally.
Yeah.
Right. Like I don't think that people should put like
okay.
Like it has to be this or it has to be that.
You say naturally, but sometimes a natural course of fucking nature is fucking being persistent and going for something that you really want. Maybe that is the fucking natural course of fucking action.
I agree.
People say it happened naturally, but it's not. Natural is letting people be who they fucking are and going for the things that they want, and that's fucking.
You know what, Krishan killed it.
Okay. Let me give you guys a real life. Let me give you guys a real life scenario then, right?
It.
So this happened months back, but I was trying to hang out with this girl.
Go ahead.
Right, and she basically was like, "I'm not down to hang out because I know you don't want a relationship."
Oh.
Right,
yeah.
and I was saying, well, I mean, you don't even know if you want to be in a relationship with me.
Yeah.
So what is that? So what is that? He's like, what does that mean? So that's why I brought that up. Mm-hmm. I just didn't understand because a part of me thinks like, yeah, if someone tells me they don't want a relationship, like I understand that, but it doesn't mean that you don't want a relationship with me.
I think she probably, honestly, to be brutally honest, she probably either one was very extremely logical, which most likely isn't the case, or two, she just wasn't that into it and was using that to live on.
I think she wasn't that into it.
No,
but we're here on the podcast.
I think she might. No, I think she might have been into it. I think she might have just been intimidated by what she thought was going to be a person that doesn't want a fucking relationship. I think people, there's certain
like
people.
Putting her heart on the line. And
I think there are certain people that put it on the line, like I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go for the things I want. And then there's certain people that are like,
I'm like that.
Okay, you made it look like that. You know,
yes,
you don't want a relationship. I'm just not even gonna fucking waste my time. And I think that's what this person did. She just doesn't want to fucking. I think people have a bigger fear of being hurt, and they let that dictate everything that they do.
Yeah.
Right? I think people let their fears dictate their fucking actions, and I think in this case, that chick that's what she did.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at it like differently as far as like when it comes to relationships, like you're wanting to be in a like. My whole thing is, okay, I've met people before that wanted to be in a relationship with me, but they didn't actually want to be with me. They just wanted a relationship. Okay. So it's like, okay, on the flip side of that, then are you just going to be with somebody that just wants a relationship? Like, wouldn't you want that person to want you and not just want to be in a relationship?
I think it depends on the person.
It
totally depends on the person.
And I have to do that, and we've talked about on the previous podcast, like that I have a friend that she just goes from dude to dude.
Yeah, remember you were like, Dear Diary, I wonder if Emily will ever be happy.
But it's like she's like, and I feel like, and it sucks because you watch these people it's not connecting. You watch people in relationships, and you're just like, dude, you're not even into this person. Like you're just in the relationship. You're just involved in the relationship. Yeah. You want, like, you see other people having relationships. You want to have something that compares to that, but they're not really involved in the person. So. Yeah, I just want to. That's my game.
Hey, it's a motherfucking Lab Boys podcast. Krishan, why don't you give us one more topic before we head on that old town road?
Y'all
gonna ride?
Y'all ready for one?
Dude, I'm only got one left of me.
I do.
Only got one good one left, buddy.
All right, one last topic. It's a Love Boys question.
Oh man, we're doing nothing but Love Boys today.
Hey, let's go.
I swear we had some hip hop in our lives. But we don't even do hip hop no more, dude.
No hip hop right now. It's a Love Boys question. I want to talk about exes. Okay. I want to talk about exes. I want to talk about what is your philosophy on getting back with your ex?
I don't recommend it. Rarely do people change, but I think that if you guys have grown on your own and there's like, love there, and whatever caused you to break up has been either mended, resolved, or changed, then do it. But ultimately, you probably shouldn't. If you break up once.
See, that was you did the politically correct answer. But like, what do you really feel about your exes?
No.
That's probably how
Don't
he
do
really
it.
feels.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Go ahead.
Got you.
That's when you back me up. Fuck,
literally
man.
same.
Could have used your help, dude.
Literally same. That's all I have to say. Literally same.
So are you saying Are you saying for the most part the relationships that have been together and then they broke up, that they don't usually get better if they get back to each other? If they get back with their ex,
I don't think everyone breaks up because it was a bad relationship. I think some people break up because they're not compatible, and there's certain things that don't change. What?
What leads to a bad relationship? What leads to them foreseeing a bad relationship?
Yeah, like maybe just not being fulfilled in certain ways, but like I think, oh my god, I'm just saying. This sounds, stop.
Let's talk about it.
So dumb.
You can't fix that. You can't go back to
No,
an ex.
I'm saying like maybe. Okay, for example, there have been people that have been like, you know what, we're different and we're not compatible on this level, but I'm willing to move past that, and I'm like, wait, you can't really move past that because like you're saying, like it leads to like a not good relationship, because then you would argue about the things you're not compatible about, right? So it doesn't have to be like a bad, because people think like, I'm going on a tangent.
Yeah, most definitely.
Not something tangent. No one knows where you're going.
Just run on the ramble trains in town
Basically,
again.
no, I don't think people change. Like, it depends on what it is. This is so, because it depends on if it's fundamental, like how they were raised. Like, do they have certain ideas about the world?
What the fuck?
That like.
So, is it a good idea to get back with their ex or not?
It depends. I'm gonna just say same as Alwa. Like, it really depends on why you guys broke up.
Okay, what I'm asking, do you have a
rule that like I won't get back?
Yeah.
No.
You don't have a rule.
No, I wouldn't recommend it. Like he said, like generally no, because I think if you break up, it's for a reason, and people don't change that quickly, or like
That's the answer I was looking for.
Ever.
That's the answer I was looking for.
And it's not bad though. Like people don't have to change.
Not bad.
I think there's so many people in the world that you don't need to change for anyone. If you're happy with the way that you are, don't change.
I feel like if people are showing how they are in front of you, you
Believe
should
them.
fucking believe them.
Right.
And that's that.
I will say from experience though,
He's like a girl's best friend.
I would say this, like from experience, getting back together with an ex, for sure there's like a small time period right in the beginning where you're like, damn, this is dope as fuck, like, you know, because you're like, you miss that person and you're like, man, this is totally dope, and then after
Most
that,
times I've been like, I remember why we broke up.
after a little
I remember
while,
why it didn't work.
No.
but right off the bat,
Right off the bat.
Okay,
There's been times when I've hung out with someone that I used to date, and I'm like, how did I ever date you?
but I mean, like, you're back together with them, and then you're like,
I've never gone that far.
Never
Like,
double dipped?
Never.
You're not a double dipper?
Never.
Uh,
Don't
No.
I feel like you have double dipped.
Yeah.
I feel like you definitely have double dipped.
No, we're not talking about the initial period where you break up and you're like still hanging out like that. Because I've also done that, which is also stupid. Don't do it. If you break up, cold turkey it.
Okay,
Anyways.
but the reason why I'm asking you is, are you saying don't go back because that is just a personal thing to move forward, or do you firmly believe that it's not fundamentally good to get back?
No, I don't have a rule about it. I'm just literally the same as Awa. I agree with Awa. I'm saying like generally.
Black and Japanese?
Girl. Generally.
I like that mix.
Generally, I just wouldn't recommend it because most people don't break up because of fundamental differences.
Okay,
They
the
break up
fundamental
'cause
side.
They break up
I mean, the
because
fundamental
of, like,
side.
trivial shit,
So
like
if he drops the
someone
F word,
cheated, or I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm not in a relationship, so clearly I don't have good
No,
relationship advice.
You're on a
I don't-
podcast, man.
But also, I'm not in a bad
No,
relationship, so that's good too.
No, you hit the answer.
Hey, Krishan, what about you, man? What do you think?
Oh yeah.
You know what? No,
Do you
I
care?
had the
We
same.
don't- I don't really care because he's been in a relationship forever,
But
so he's not gonna get back.
well, that was mean. My opinion still matters in this.
It does matter. I'm sorry.
No, that's good.
We good?
No, I don't care about
We
you.
good?
Look, I had it ready to go to. No, look.
Oh, it's gonna kill us.
I think in most cases, people that get back with their ex, it always leads to further problems. So I think.
Oh, shit.
I think it just.
Oh,
It wasn't that deep.
No,
No, but I
shit,
feel
I
like,
just remembered something.
I feel like you forget stuff. And you get back with your ex because you remember good shit, and then you get further into the relationship, and then now it's just this problem on top of this problem on top of this problem.
Also, I don't think people ever really forget shit that happens in a
I think
relationship.
people, but I think
So
I don't
it's like,
think
why fix something?
I don't think
Why
they
fix
truly
something
forget,
that's
but I think people put it to the back of their fucking head, and they put the good shit to the front of their fucking memory.
But you don't think when, like,
it's called
an
graduation
argument happens?
goggles. Have you guys heard of that?
What's that?
From How I Met Your Mother. It's graduation goggles. It's like you don't like school when you're in it, and then as soon as you graduate, you're like, oh, but like these good times, and then you think you
just
start
remember
imagining. Yeah, you just remember the good times after
Right.
you're done with something. But then once you go back, you're like, fuck, I remember why I didn't like this.
Right, yeah, that's true.
Why did that sound
Why
like the
is it
most
so
sarcastic thing ever?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, right.
100%.
Hey, Paradise.
100%.
I mean, honestly, like fundamentally, I think that
Wow. What?
What'd you say?
it's motherfucking.
Fundamental.
It's a motherfucking Loud Boys podcast. I'm fucking up my F words. Before we get out of here, I just want to thank you guys so much for checking us out, bumping us, yeah, and also subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do subscribe. At the end of this video, you're also going to see a hip hop beat that's produced by me, and I also have. They're going to see it and hear it. They're going to see it.
No, because Kanye sees sounds.
Oh,
so,
shit,
and a lot
that's
of people do.
Oh.
And Lucius Lyon from Empire.
I heard that someone wrote in color.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna see the beat and you're gonna hear the beat. If you like it, make sure you download it. Also, May 15th, 16 Summers, I'm releasing an album. It's gonna be really dope. We hope to see you there. It is at the Crate Place in Santa Cruz. For the next couple of weeks, we're gonna keep talking about it. This podcast drops on Thursday, but I'm also playing a show Wednesday at Bocce's Cellar. Yeah, it's gonna drop. It's going down. It's a motherfucking Loud Boys podcast. Krishan, what should these people do?
Yo! Right below this video, you see that red subscription button. Right next to the red subscription button. After you press it, hit that post notification bell. Right when you hit that post notification bell, you will get reminded every time we release a video. This is Lab Boys episode
54.
54. I want to say it. Peace out.
Peace.